Okay, welcome back to Speculate to Accumulate. We are now on episode 13, and as you can see, I am solo again using a webcam which makes this video look like it's from 2006 or something, back on the old MSN days. But Aidens not with us today. I make it sound like he's dead. He's not. He's just gone to watch Jimmy Carr, the comedian, obviously. So he couldn't be with us. So I'm doing it solo again. Unfortunately, this time doing it solo, I'm not on a balcony and it's not that hot. It is fucking freezing outside. So last week, if I'm looking down, I'm not looking down at my nether regions. I'm looking at my phone for my notes. So last week, there was one team off on the both teams to score. Exeter letting us down. That was one of Aiden's picks. So on the both teams to score, it was 3-2 to me. And on the accumulator, it was 2-1 to Aiden. Coventry, who I think that was one of his picks. Yeah, that was one of Aiden's picks. That finished 0-0. They went down to 10 men as well. Fleetwood lost 2-1 away at Bolton, which shocked me, really. That was one of my picks. And Crewe lost 1-0 at home to Port Vale, which was also one of my picks, which I was surprised about as well. However, we go on again. So this weekend, it is FA Cup weekend, very limited game, so there's not going to be a score and win treble like we started last weekend, just because there's not enough to pick from. So straight into the sixfold. So it's going to be a mix of Championship games and FA Cup games and Premier League games. So the sixfold, the first three picks will be mine. The third three picks on this will be Aidens. So first pick, I'm going to go for Accrington to beat Crewe. It's League 1 versus League 2 in the FA Cup, with Accrington having 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw in the previous 5 games, with Crewe coming off the back of that 1-0 defeat last weekend to Port Vale, which screwed up, well, one of the 6 on the accumulator. So my first pick will be Accrington to beat Crewe. My second pick, staying in the FA Cup, it's going to be Mansfield to beat Chorley. So League 2 versus Conference, and although the odds aren't that great for Mansfield at 2-5, I'm just struggling to find winners with a bit of value. What's not like 1-6 or whatever, because there's not that much choice to go off. The Premier League games are all quite tight as well. Chorley are struggling. They're sitting rock bottom of the conference, whereas Mansfield sit 14th in League 2. 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw for Mansfield in the previous 5, with Chorley only taking 1 win out of the previous 11 fixtures, which was a 2-0 win in an FA Cup qualifier against Spennymoor, and they've lost the previous 3 games. So my second pick, will be Mansfield to beat Chorley. My third pick, I was racking my brains about this one. Number 1, because I don't usually like backing Preston because I'm from Preston. But yeah, Preston to beat Huddersfield. So Huddersfield are in decent form and they're unbeaten in 7 games. However, Preston sits second in the Championship and have the best home record in the league, taking 20 points from 8 home games this season, which is really, really impressive. Huddersfield have only taken 8 points on the road this season from 7 games, which makes me think that Preston can continue their fine form at the Fortress, which is Deepdale. So my third and final pick will be Preston North End to beat Huddersfield. On to Aiden's 3. So he's gone for Reading to beat Luton. Reading have won the last 2 home games against Preston and Millwall. Luton have lost 6 out of 8 aways in the league. That's all he's put. So Aiden's first pick, Reading to beat Luton. His second pick is going to be Leeds to beat Blackburn. So Leeds have won the last 3 home games without conceding a goal, which is pretty impressive. I said in the last podcast that Leeds are 1-0 FC. Last week they won 2-0. Blackburn have lost 5 of 7 aways in the league, including 4 of the last 5. So Aiden's second pick, Leeds United to beat Blackburn Rovers. And Aiden's final pick, Ipswich to beat Lincoln. So after a decent start to the season, Lincoln are now 1 win in their last 12 games, which is really, really shoddy. Ipswich are flying high, top of the league with a game in hand. And although this is an FA Cup game, I'm confident, well, Aiden says he's confident that Ipswich will be too strong for Lincoln, which I agree with. So the sixfold is as follows: Accrington, Mansfield, Preston, Reading, Leeds and Ipswich. Onto the both teams to score. Again, I'm going to do my three first, then I'll tell you what Aiden's three are. So my first pick is going to be Birmingham versus Fulham. So Birmingham have landed 3 out of 5 times in the 3 out of 5 both teams to score at home in the previous 5, whereas Fulham have landed 3 out of 5 in the previous 5 aways. 16 scored, 20 conceded is the goal difference for Birmingham so far this season, whereas Fulham's is 23 scored, 17 conceded. Only 1 point separate the two sides, so I do expect some goals in this game as both sides are pushing to get in that top 6. My second pick is going to be Barnsley versus Stoke. So it's the battle of the bottom of the Championship, with both sides looking for a point to drag them out of the depths of relegation. Barnsley have landed both teams to score in 4 of their previous 5 home games, where Stoke have only landed 2 out of 5 aways, but should have a new manager by this time. I've heard it could be the Northern Ireland manager, Michael O'Neill. I'm recording this on Friday, and I don't think it's been confirmed yet, but they could have a manager by then, so the players will be looking to impress to keep the place in the side for Stoke, that is. Both sides have conceded 29 and 27 goals this season, so 29 goals conceded for Barnsley, 27 conceded for Stoke in the Championship. And with the leaky defences, I think that could continue this weekend. So my second pick, Barnsley versus Stoke. My third pick is going to be Hull versus West Brom. So Hull have been in good form as of late and are coming up against the top of the league. They've also won the previous 3 games, scoring an impressive 7 goals in them fixtures, and have landed both teams to score in 3 out of the previous 5 home fixtures. West Brom have only failed to score in 1 away game this season, which was the 1-0 away defeat to Leeds at Elland Road. So that's a decent stat as well. Leeds are 1-0 FC, and the only away fixture West Brom haven't scored in was that one against Leeds. So they're my 3. Aiden's 3 are Southampton versus Everton. So he's put Southampton have only failed to score. Well, Southampton only failed to score at home once this season, and that was the 9-0 game. Everton have scored 4 in the last 5 aways, and although 2 of 5 in the league, Southampton have shipped 19 goals in their last 5 home games. So that's Southampton-Everton is his first pick. His second pick is Millwall versus Charlton. So Millwall have landed both teams to score in 4 of the 5. Jesus, these notes, Aiden. Millwall landed both teams to score in 4 of the last 5 home games. 10 out of 15 in the league. That's an impressive stat. Charlton have landed both teams to score in their previous 3 aways. So his second pick is Millwall versus Charlton, and his third and final pick, I know we backed him on the accumulator, but he's put the same game in this, is Accrington versus Crewe. So Accrington, normally really good for a home goal or 2, with just 1 home blank this season, which is a good start. Crewe are absolutely flying in League 2 and will be keen to prove that why they are fighting for promotion against a team they are likely to be facing in the league next season. So yeah, the final 6 in the both teams to score is as follows: Birmingham versus Fulham, Barnsley versus Stoke, Hull versus West Brom, Southampton versus Everton, Millwall versus Charlton, and Accrington versus Crewe. So next weekend it is the international break, I believe. I think it's 2 weekends without football, but don't quote me on that. I know it's international break next weekend, but the weekend after that it might not be. Might not be. I've not double checked the fixtures, but if it is, we're going to be back when the football league's back, pretty much. I forgot to mention at the start of the video, this video is sponsored by Faded Barbershop. So if you are in the Lancashire region, then make sure you go and check it out. Go and see Kane and the boys, and they'll give you a fresh haircut. 108 subscribers now on YouTube as well. Thank you very much to everyone. Thanks for everyone for commenting as well. Leaving the thumbs up, I do appreciate that. And if you've not subscribed, well, you're 1 click away. Just press the button down here, down here, and press the bell, which is like here as well. But yeah, until next time, peace.